What's that? Pokemon Emerald. Sorry guys, I'm just updating the stream. Okay. Hey guys, I'm playing Pokemon Emerald. I told you guys we'd do Pokemon. And I don't know anything about Pokemon Emerald here that you're seeing, so you're going to have to help me with this one. Ugh. Okay, how's the mic sound? It says I saved. Did I have it's the Pokemon Emerald? Maybe it takes a minute to update. So I don't know a lot about Pokemon Emerald, so you guys will have to help me on this one. I'm in Eastern time, so it's Eastern time. I'm in Maryland, so it's 10:34 here. Let's see. Well, I played the older ones. I played obviously I played Red and Blue and Yellow. Well, I had Blue. I always wanted Red because it had Charizard on it, but that's fine. I was okay with what I had at the time. You got what you got, and that was it. I don't know. I don't even know who I should pick. You guys know better than I do at this point. So maybe we'll vote, and you guys can pick. You guys tell me which starter to pick. Oh, I don't have to pick. I don't have to name the rival in this one. Yeah, I live in northeastern Maryland, so Elkton. If you look at the map, I'm right by where Delaware and PA meet Maryland. See, I would always pick the Fire-type Pokemon, so if I'm going to pick a Pokemon, it'll be different from the Fire-type. I probably won't go with the Fire-type, just because I always do. So I'll try something different. Retired 836. I believe. Trust me, I believe you. I believe you. I'm in the moving van. So why did I ride in the back? Why didn't I ride in the front? Yeah, I'll be doing the stream event. I think Commonwealth and I are going to be on the same stream. I'll probably be on his. Is the plan. He's gonna have one. And I'll be there with him. We'll do that. And then the next day I'll do like our own Treehouse event thing. I'll basically just stream. Like I said, I have off work. I took off work. I didn't tell him why. I should have just said, hey, the Switch stream is happening the next day. I need to be off work. Oh, I'll be doing the Treehouse event when it starts at 9:30 in the morning. And then I'll just go until either it ends or, I don't know, something happens, I don't know. Oh. Oh, so they got Pokemon doing people's jobs, too. Like, that's not... Should they have, like, people do that? It feels weird, because now the Pokemon are basically taking people's jobs. That seems like a really dark future to live in. I always like the fact that you just have a Nintendo GameCube here. Or back in the day it was the Super Nintendo, or even the Red and Blue, or just the original Nintendo. Do I believe in Pokemon Stars? I believe the system needs it, or would be good to have it, and because of that, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I do think so. I do think Pokemon Stars is an actual thing. Oh, the potion's still there. For all these years, it's always there. Oh, I have to set the clock, that's right. Oh, should I actually set it? What time? 10:38. Let's go all the way around. All the way around. Was my most anticipated game? I need to look back at that Eurogamer, that paper they put out that had all the games, but I'm trying to think of what my most anticipated game is. It's either Zelda, or if that Final Fantasy remake comes out, that might be it, or if Kingdom Hearts comes out, which I don't think Kingdom Hearts is going to make this release because they can't seem to finish that game for some reason. 10:38 p.m. Good enough. I've seen the Switch leak from Gino. Is that the conveniently placed piece of paper that says all the stuff that's supposed to happen? I have a feeling that's not going to work. I have a feeling that's not an actual leak. He could have... I mean, I could make that, to be honest. I could make it and take a picture, and I'll go paste it on GameFAQs and see what happens. Or the Reddit. Either one. Actually, yeah, I would love to play Dragon Quest, actually, because that's not controlled by Nintendo, so yeah, they wouldn't rip my video down. So yes, I will play Dragon Quest on the Switch, actually. We can do it off stream. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Mostly because it's a game that... If it's a game that I'm thinking of, I'd like to play one where you guys don't know and I don't even know what's going to happen. I think it'd be fun. The Reddit one. Are you talking about the... Which leak are you talking about? Are you talking about the one where he put out that massive, like wall of text? Where he had all those games and everything listed? I did see the blocked content channel where he said he touched the Switch. That's interesting. Not a lot of other stuff from him, but... See, I don't mind picking Mudkip if he's gonna... See, I think you guys might be leading me into a trap here, because if I pick the water Pokemon, there's a good chance the first gym is like a Leaf Gym or Lightning or something. Have I ever heard of companies giving fake rumors to leakers before? No, I've never heard of it personally, but I'm sure it could happen. I don't know, that seems weird on their part. If I remember, you always just walk out of town and they stop you. Well, that was quick. Oh, the first gym's rock? Okay, see, that works, because if I have water, I'm okay then, obviously. Okay, I'll do Mudkip. That seems fair. He sounds like a stand-up guy. Ooh. A daughter my age. Alright, this could work out. Wait. Oh, it was, okay, cool. That's happening very soon, actually. The video about more info about me. That is happening very soon, actually. Probably in the middle of this week. I would not mind doing a gameplay walkthrough of Breath of the Wild, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo would probably take it down, or they would at least strike it to the point where it would be, like, heavily owned by them. Although, I don't know how it works on a stream. I don't know if they would strike a stream because they wouldn't be able to tell it's happening until after it's happened and it's been recorded. So maybe I'll do that on stream, maybe? Maybe. I could see that being a thing. Oh, she has an orange GameCube. I think I like the orange one a little more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that video with Commonwealth. He's a really cool guy. I talked to him on Skype a lot. We watched the NVIDIA keynote together. It was a lot of fun. Like I say, he's a pretty cool dude. And switch. Mine can make toast. No one else's. I have like the legit dev kit. That's why. Ugh. Yeah, they also. So I need to ask more YouTubers how that works with Nintendo, because they seem very weird about that. Because there are times where people put videos up, they don't get stricken by them, and then there are times where you put 3 seconds worth of something in there and they strike it like there's no tomorrow. Well, they do, but they don't take them down. What you have to do is you have to sign up for their revenue share, so that if you receive money from the video, they then get money from it too. It's an interesting process, but the big problem that a lot of people run into is that that they also, I believe there's like a grace period you have to go through to eventually have it put up. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. It really is. Oh, I gotta go find Professor Birch. Where's he? Outside now? Do I have to go outside? Yeah, you get claimed 5 times. It happens. It really does. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go up here now. Yeah, it happens a lot. They strike everything if it has any kind of they still strike it if it's monetized, yes. I actually tried that one time. No, I won't be. You know what? I'm going to say I would like to be at E3, but from my experiences, because I ran into this with CES, Mudkip. I ran into this at CES. I looked at their requirements for press, and they require you to have 1 million subscribers to be invited as press. Unless I find some other way to go there, which would involve me, like, I don't know, buying a ticket from another press member or have one given to me. Yeah, I've actually wanted to do game reviews for a bit now. My biggest problem is right now is time. I end up. So what happens is if I have to go to work, I go to work. I come home. I eat dinner. I come downstairs. I record Newswave, which depending on how long Newswave ends up being, it ends up recording for a while. Like if you see like a 15-minute Newswave, it's like 35 to 40 minutes of footage, and that ends up happening with a lot of stuff. Like the video you guys saw today with IGN, that took me... Okay, so I started doing that at noon, and I didn't finish that up until like 5, so that's 5 hours. Yeah, I'll speed the text up. I'm sorry. I'm talking while I'm trying to go through this. We're gonna get like nowhere in this stream. My PS4 break when I... Okay, so I'll let you guys in on a little bit of hold on. I'll let you guys in on a little bit of behind the scenes magic, I guess you'd call it, just because you guys are here. I'll grab it. Hold on. My real PS4 is upstairs, like under the TV. I never move it. But this is the one you guys saw on camera here, and this is actually a shell from one of my jobs that I work at. So it's just an empty PS4 that I taped together, but it worked well. A little bit of behind the scenes magic there. So I don't care if I throw it. This is just shells. Yes, the Super Nintendo actually got to me. That was like a real thing almost. Like I almost actually had a heart attack watching that. But 2 of the guys at IGN, I actually kind of knew before I started that video. only because I have listened to some of the podcasts. Am I naming Mudkip anything, or am I just leaving him? Oop. Oh no, I just threw it. that's all real. Yeah, I'm not naming it that. I actually name it Water Waver. Leave it. Yeah, I'm leaving it. It's okay. I actually freelance and fix game systems, computers, all kinds of stuff. I actually also work to help out at like a local game store at times, and then I also work at Amazon most times. So I'm a little bit between. No, I don't think you guys are paid. It's not an actual PS4. It's a shell of a PS4 I borrowed from one of my jobs where I fix stuff and we end up with parts laying around. So of course I just borrowed them. I'll take them back tomorrow. I just chucked it across the room. Okay, so I have Mudkip now. I don't have anything else. I should probably save. It's taking me forever to get this far. I would like to do YouTube for a living. Could I see myself doing YouTube for a living? Maybe. I don't live off of like a lot of money. It doesn't take me a lot of money to live, I'll say that. So I'm very within my means most times. I don't go out and buy anything lavish. Yeah, I'll keep working at it. I'm not really going anywhere, so. Oh, I need to speed up the text. I'm sorry. I was trying to talk and do that at the same. There we go. Okay, fast. Everything else is good here, I think. Yes, we're good. I just canceled that, didn't I? Now we're good. Okay. Oh, Nintendo Ultra's here. Cool. Cool. You know, get my, I was thinking about getting another video card for this computer and actually maybe doing other streams, too, of different things. Now save again. I think I see what you guys are getting at there. Yes, the Nintendo Ultra's video. That I actually, it's really funny. I stumbled onto that 3 days ago, where he was showing Obi-Wan saving a lot. And that was actually those are pretty good editing. It was really funny. That's the thing that I never had luck with in Pokemon was like farming shinies. I never had a good time with that. I think because they had them in Pokemon Gold, obviously, because you could Pokemon Gold and Silver because you got the red Gyarados. That was the only one I ever got. I never got any other one. I will do live streaming. Like I said, I think Commonwealth and I are doing live streaming on his channel. So I will be on there for the event. And then the next day, if you guys have time or you want to pop in now and then, I'll try to have a stream going for the Treehouse event. Although, more than likely, everyone will have the Treehouse event going. So it's not going to be just me. I think all the YouTubers will be doing it. So, but that's cool because then you guys have options. You can pick whoever you want. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm hoping the Treehouse event is new stuff. As much as I like Breath of the Wild and I thought it looked great, I think we've seen so much of it now that I'd rather just see a lot of other games currently. You know, I'd rather see a bunch of other games. Yeah, you guys got to keep an eye out for that too. I do see a lot of you guys ask me that. I'm sure it's happened to other people too, where YouTube is doing this weird thing where it's unsubbing people. So keep an eye on that. Like, if you have a favorite YouTuber, make sure you're subbed to him, I guess, because it seems to happen a lot. I'll play Mega Man X3 on stream one time. That'd be fun, too. I'll probably play around with that idea, too. Like, where you kind of do an analysis stream and everything. Okay, wait for him to finish sketching. I'll probably do that too. Again, though, I have to be careful with the gameplay I show, unfortunately, so I can really like show you guys pictures of it. But that's the way it goes. My favorite console of all time is actually it is the Super Nintendo. That was the system that I grew up on because I was like I said, a 90s kid. So I had the Super Nintendo, I had the Nintendo, and then I did have a Sega. I actually had a Sega Genesis before the Super Nintendo, and I liked the Genesis because I was a big Sonic fan at the time. They had the Sonic cartoon, and as a kid, that's all I would watch is Sonic cartoon. That, Power Rangers, Ronin Warriors. There was a lot of shows I used to watch back in the day when I was really young. Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda game. Yes. I don't know what my favorite game... See, that's one of the hardest things to say is what your favorite game is of all time. Because it's very difficult to answer that. I would say my favorite game... See, I played a lot of Link to the Past. I also played a lot of Super Mario World, too, though. Grew up with the Wii. Wow. That's... You know, I'm actually starting to see that a lot. I've had a lot of people, like younger gamers come in, and this is like... occasionally at the store I'm at, where they say their first system was the 360, for example, and that gets to me. That hits me right here. It's like, man, that's crazy to think that people's first generation was the 360, the PS3, and the Wii. Like, they grew up on Blu-rays and DVDs, and we grew up, I grew up on 5.5-inch floppies. I think GameStop will probably do... I would assume GameStop would do their pre-orders probably the day after the event. So Friday, go out and attempt to pre-order then, because I think that's when when a release date, a solid release date, and a solid price is there. Usually you need one of those two to do a pre-order at GameStop. So that happens. Aladdin on the Genesis was cool. I played it on... I definitely played it on the Genesis first, and then I played it on the Super Nintendo second. So that was fun. First system was Scorpio. Yeah, I used to play, what was the game? This was in school. On the 5.5-inch floppy, it was, I think, Number Munchers. It's where you were like a frog, and you would go around in a grid, and you would, like, eat words or numbers or whatever, and then these monsters would chase after you. Do I think people are judging the Switch too harshly? I think I understand why why it's tough for people to grasp onto it, because it's a different concept, like, in practice. But I do think people should really wait for this conference coming up before they're super critical of something that they don't know a lot about. It's fun to speculate about like what it could be, but to say that it's going to be terrible without actually getting all of the facts is a little short-sighted, I think. Oh, do you have to pay for the full console if pre-order online? I assume you... See, I know sometimes pre-orders on Amazon work where you pay some of it, like enough for like a deposit, but I don't know how that would work for the Switch. How's my gaming backlog looking? It's... Alright, so if I showed you guys my Steam backlog, it might shock you. I do collect a lot of the Steam games on there, just if they're cheap enough. So I'll just... And then Humble Bundle, I pretty much... But I mean, it's technically buying, but I like donate to Humble Bundle every time it comes up. So I usually end up with a lot of codes. I probably have, in my Steam, I probably have like, I don't know, 300 games that I haven't even played yet, which is bad. And then, of course, I have all my other games and everything. My big problem is I just don't, especially since I started YouTube, it's been tough to play games, unfortunately. That's one of the reasons, honestly, I'm so excited for the Switch, because I can play it while I'm sitting on the couch, whether I'm waiting for a game to, like, render, or, I'm sorry, a video to render when I'm sitting there, because it takes, like, half an hour to render my videos. What am I doing? Oh. So that takes me a while. It does, unfortunately. But the Switch, I think, will solve that problem. I would play a lot of Switch games on the couch. What my son's first game? My son's first game is going to be original Mario. He's not starting with Switch. He's not starting with Xbox One. He's not starting with PS4 or Pro or Scorpio. He's starting with the classic. He's starting with the NES Mario, or I'll start him with Pong on the Atari. I have both of those. He's not starting with 1440p or 4K gaming. That's not happening. '64. See, that was an alright time in games though. I mean, you went to the 64 and the PS1, and I mean, you think fanboy stuff is bad now? Whew, back then, man, it was a war back then. It was. There were lives lost back then at fighting that war. Ooh, I didn't even think of that. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I was just setting that up. Zelda 1. Yeah, starting with Zelda 1. Minecraft. I do see that, man. Minecraft is so popular, it's insane. Oh, so many kids come in looking for Minecraft to any of the stores I would like help repair stuff on. It's just it's Minecraft everything. That's all it is. I would start on Banjo-Kazooie. That's actually my top 3 for the the 64. It was Banjo-Kazooie by far. This is my big problem. I've not been paying attention while I'm trying to read this stuff. Oh, there's so many just random NPCs in this game. My first handheld was yeah, it was the original Game Boy. That was my first one. It was the original Game Boy. What are these people doing? Okay, they're just telling me how to play the game, which should tell me where I'm going. Ukulele. Yeah, I'll get ukulele. That'll happen. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna get it. I probably get it on the Switch again. That's the thing. A lot of these games are I'm gonna get on the Switch just for convenience factor. Like, that's gonna be the big thing. Some games will end up on my PC, and they'll end up on probably PC and Switch, to be honest. I think that's a lot of people are doing it now, though. They're doing PC and Switch. It's the way it is. The Game Gear. Game Gear. Okay, the Game Gear was interesting. Oh, what state am I from? I'm from Maryland. I assume I need my Pokédex soon or something. There we go. PC is a good system to have, only because it gives you options. And no one, it's interesting, no one has talked about the Switch and the possibility of having to pay for online. Because I do think if the Switch can keep their internet free, which I would expect them to, just because it's still lacking behind the competition in terms of what you can do. I think that's actually a big selling point for a lot of people, because a lot of people, again, come into the stores and they complain about having to pay for online service. They just don't understand. And I can kind of get that too, because you don't pay for it on the PC, you don't pay for it on the Nintendo systems. I get it. Aspect of the aspect of the Switch that makes me most excited is the convenience factor of it being portable. That's big thing for me. That's one of the reasons that I played my Vita a lot, because I liked Final Fantasy X. It was easy to play on the couch, and I put 150 hours into Final Fantasy X just because it was easy to play on the couch. I have Stardew Valley. I could stream that. I'd have to start over because I'm on my other computer, but it's not a big deal. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to double check just to make sure I got everything right. Any donations I will keep track of and make sure anyone gets a shout out. I'm sorry. Someone just mentioned. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody is all. I just want to make sure. Yes, there we go. Yes. Oh, I got sprint shoot. Okay, that makes it a little more bearable, I guess. Yeah, Final Fantasy X is the one game, other than, like, Resident Evil 4, that I think I've bought more than twice. I bought Final Fantasy X on the PS2, on the PS3, and then I bought it on the PS4. So, the only game that'll probably be more than that is Kingdom Hearts, because 2.8 is coming out soon on the PS4. Did I see Magic Tech Review? Did I see your donation yesterday? I thought I did. I thought I said everybody. I just run down everything. Let me see. I just want to make sure I got everybody. Oh, Chris Line Short. What is Magic Tech USA? I don't... Depends what your name is. It depends what you typed in. I don't see it on here, but maybe you typed in a different name. I will stream Switch stuff, like I said, as long as I'm allowed to. But Pokemon, fortunately, is not claimed by Nintendo because Game Freak owns a good chunk of it too. So they do not. That is not part of their whitelist. Dolphin's an awesome emulator. I think they could. I mean, that would probably be part of the Virtual Console, though, to be honest. Their Virtual Console, but we might get, like, Sunshine and stuff, too, though. I think 12 is actually coming to the PS4, isn't it? Final Fantasy 12? I will say, if Dark Souls 3 comes to the Switch, that's actually a pretty big achievement on their part for getting that on that system. You have any plans for the year for the channel? I haven't made a lot of plans yet. It's interesting to do that. It's interesting to plan a channel for the full year, only because you don't know what's going to change as you go along, whether it be the video game world or whatever you're doing at the time. But like I said, I would like to eventually make it a full-time thing if possible. Well, the record button, that's the thing, though. It might just be a screenshot button. Like, I can show you guys screenshots all day of Zelda and whatever. It really comes down to video. They don't like people using their video. They really don't. And they're the only company that really gets mad about that, because everybody else seems fine about it. Alright, we got Pokeballs. Get 10 of those. Oh, that's nice of you. I think I'll be able to connect to HDMI. Probably not, because it needs a way. Unless somebody puts an accessory out, it needs the dock more than likely to convert the display port to. Oh, I gotta go this way. To convert display port to HDMI. So you would still need that in some way, unless somebody put a separate piece that did that for you. If I could do it full time, one, life would be easier because I would be time would be taken up a lot less, because I wouldn't have to go to work every single day. Because like when I go to work, it's like 30 minutes away, so I end up spending about an hour on the road most days, and I'm usually up till like 2 or 3 a.m. just doing video editing and stuff, and then I'm awake by like 8 or 9 the next morning to go to work. So it's a fun life. It is. The Google TV and the Spot, I can actually talk about now, because like I said, I was talking to Commonwealth. I told him I'd hold off on that until the video that him and I were working on came out. I can actually talk about that. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow or Tuesday. I think that'll be cool to do. Mostly though, I was disappointed. So I actually work on game consoles, and I work with another company that's kind of larger that you guys know. I've tried to not put them on air as much, because I know you can get YouTube and publicity and stuff can be kind of weird for companies, so I've been trying to lay off of saying their name, but it's a place you can order stuff from and use their Prime shipping. And trust me, I don't do anything glamorous there. But I do have a lot of fun doing freelance work where I actually fix quite a bit of game consoles still, and computers. Computers are like the biggest thing I end up fixing all the time. TechWave is coming up soon. One of my big things I want to do for TechWave was go through the Super Nintendo carts and kind of talk to you guys, show you guys how impressive these carts were. The Super Nintendo carts were really ahead of their time, and a lot of people just don't realize that. They just see them all as the same plastic shell when they're not. So that'd be fun to do. Rainforest. It's a Super SNES, yeah. I feel like when he said that, he like immediately wanted to take it back. Because I think he realized he was on camera and it was going online. But I don't know. It was very funny. He at least provided me with something I could make a joke with. So I thought it was very funny. Yeah, Super Nintendo games. The only like Super Nintendo game that I can think of was probably Star Ocean, but that's only because it was borderline a PS1 game. So I think the Monster Hunter series on the Switch is, I think it's key one that Nintendo locks that up as their own, like it doesn't go to the PlayStation, because if it does, I think it'll still sell on the Switch because it's portable, but I do think that it would drastically help the Switch if it was only on the Switch. But obviously Monster Hunter sells well on the Nintendo system, so Capcom might be like, it's cool, we'll just leave it on the Switch, and maybe they'll make a port for the 3DS because the install base is there. Of course, they probably won't make one for the Wii U. They'll probably just do Switch and probably 3DS. What time am I going to stream it comes on at, it's 11 o'clock my time at night, 11 p.m. my time. So I'll stream it then. Multiple more advanced docks for the Switch. You know, it's possible, but it's going to come down to if Nintendo, if they actually build that technology in right now. It has to be built into the system, the Switch, and it has to be built into a dock in some way. So so they need to have that circuitry already implemented in the Switch, so they have to have the foresight for that now. Pascal technically is cheaper to produce because it's printed on a smaller chipset, so when they take the large circuit board prints through the manufacturing and everything, they cut them up, you can fit more of their die space on there rather than the much larger Maxwell. I am East Coast, yes. You know, the 3DS is interesting. I think it has a place as a cheaper alternative for kids, essentially, who maybe... Okay, so you look at the Switch, and that thing looks so fragile to have a 5 or 6-year-old kid run around with. How much better would it be if you give them like a system that can fold closed that you don't have to worry about getting destroyed? That's my thought on that. I think they drop the price on the 3DS, it becomes $100 to $150, and it lives on as the cheaper alternative to the Switch. A Virtual Boy for TechWave. I've actually worked on 2 Virtual Boys. I actually had to try to fix one for the right eye not working, and the way you do that is you actually there's a couple ways you can fix it. You can put it in an oven and melt the glue back down, or you can heat it up with a soldering iron and do that. The local store has 2. How much do they want for the one that's complete in box? I'm just curious. It has to be expensive. I did see Block Content's video about his hands-on with the Switch. It's very interesting. I don't have any reason to not believe him, but I also don't really have a lot of reasons to believe him because there's no evidence of it happening, but he didn't really tell us much about it at the time. He just said that he held it. Oh, I got berries. Should have bought more potions. Am I doing a pre-show? Probably. I bet you Commonwealth will want to do one, and I'm up for that. I have no problem with that. I can see that. I mean, honestly, the 3DS's technology is actually fairly archaic in terms of like hardware specs, so they could easily put a slightly better ARM chip and keep it the same price. Maybe a better screen. They desperately need a better screen in there. So, what's up, Hypnotic Gator? I do too. I think that actually I think Nintendo has a really cool opportunity here with cartridges for the Switch, especially because they could do stuff like special editions, and I think it would be really neat with that cartridge, and I don't know, just have a really cool retro feel to me. PS4 or Xbox One? Right now I play my PS4 more, but the moment a Halo game comes out, I jump back over to my Xbox One. Although there hasn't been a lot. I played Master Chief Collection more than 5, only because I liked Halo 2 and Halo 3 a lot. But the PS4, just to me, has more exclusives, and most of the games that I play on the Xbox One, I can play on my computer. You should buy sauce. Oh, man. Benefits of Maxwell is that it's ready to go right now. There's a chance, and I've thought about this a little bit, there's a chance that Pascal just isn't ready, and that would be a shame, but that's the only thing I can think of at this point. Do I enjoy the Soul series? Okay, so I played Demon Souls, I believe played Demon. What did I do here? Hold on, sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, I fixed it. And Dark Souls 1, I did not like as much. Dark Souls 2 was much better. I have not played much of Dark Souls 3. I die a lot in those games like most of us do, so it's disheartening sometimes. Yeah, that spot thing was a little weird to me. I don't know. I mean, there's really no reason for him to put Pascal in the shield, and I don't know. They just don't need to. I have a feeling the shield also didn't sell too well for them overall, so they have a lot of Maxwell shields left over. So, we'll, make it work for that, really. My dream game for the Switch, if you missed Twitter today or about an hour ago, my dream game right now is Kingdom Hearts. I would love a collection. I think that'd be great. Or just Kingdom Hearts in general. 3 would be fine. That'd be awesome. But a collection would be really cool. I would like that a lot. I don't mind selling like t-shirts, I guess. I gotta figure that out because I'm not much of an artist, but I would not mind selling t-shirts or having t-shirts. I think that'd be really cool. Do I remember portable CD players? Do you remember portable Walkman or cassette players? Because that's what I remember. I remember listening to the radio on a Walkman while popping your cassette tape in. I do remember that in school you could tell who the rich kids were because they had the CD players that didn't skip because they built like a buffer. So when you'd hit them, they'd have a little bar that would go down depending on the buffer because it would just save the song into memory. I don't mind taking... Alright, so I don't mind taking things like fan submissions for t-shirts. I don't mind doing, like, putting fan art in my videos if you guys do fan art. People have already sent me drawings of me as, like, cartoons, which is really cool. But I gotta figure out, eventually, t-shirts. I would like to do that. I mean, I know a couple of artists that would probably help me out, but again, I just want to make sure that it's good and it's something that would be fun and you guys get, like, money's worth for it and everything. I don't want it to be like a really bad looking t-shirt. I just want to make sure you guys are happy with what you get. Did I ever own a pager? No, I did not own a pager. only because I was too young. My dad had a pager, though, and that's how we get a hold of them. But I was too young at the time to have one. Yeah, you can send me any fan art or anything you want to send me, guys, on Twitter. I look at my Twitter all the time. Like, my phone is, like, always right here. I'm always looking at it. And I usually have X amount of stuff happening. Oh. You guys asking... So you guys are always like... I have so much stuff happening on Twitter now. I'm not used to... Okay, so I'm not really used to social media, like, at all. And now I get people sending me stuff all the time on Twitter, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool, but definitely not used to it. Yeah, toaster t-shirts. That would actually be really funny. If you guys made like a like a Super Nintendo and it was like Super Nintendos taped on top of Super Nintendos, that'd be really funny. The toaster, oh gosh, toaster dev kit shirt. Oh man, I have like a whole toaster like line of clothes when people are just gonna like wear toasters on their shirts in the future. Oh man, I do have someone that would do it. I have a couple. I have a couple artists that would probably help me make that if you guys would actually want it, but. That would be funny. I would actually probably... I would wear that too. I would wear that thing to the gym and people would look at me like an idiot. But I wouldn't care. It'd be awesome. It'd be great. What's the biggest inspiration for your channel's format? So... There's a couple. Now, a channel I used to watch a lot, obviously before... That's the other thing. I don't get a chance to do... a lot of watch a lot of YouTube either. That's the man. My time is like eaten up by making videos a lot. But I watched Review Tech USA back in like a good bit back in the day, and a lot of the comedy stuff you guys see here, I actually was inspired by like iDubbbz. I'm a big fan of iDubbbz. Big fan of H3H3. They're really cool. And I watched Game Grumps for a while, but I kind of fell out of that a little bit. Oh no, no, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's a good guy. But I used to watch him for a while, and I realized that if you have good stuff to say or insights on things, it's you can set up a camera. YouTube's awesome because it lets people do this. You can set up a camera, and you can pretty much give your voice, your expertise, your opinion on stuff, and if people want to watch it, they will. And YouTube pretty much enables people to do that. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people a lot of people give PewDiePie a lot of crap, but his channel is actually, I think, evolved to be better. A lot of people liked the gameplay stuff, but I actually kind of like a lot of the stuff he's doing now, as opposed to the gameplay stuff. I think it's better. I think it's well thought out now than before. And yeah, no, Dan's awesome on Game Grumps. Yeah, Dan's cool, and I really like just because he's like the comic foil in any of the stuff they do. I like Ross. Ross is really funny. Again, he like the whole poker thing they did. He was probably the biggest reason that got such a good response, because Ross was like the perfect like Mr. Magoo, like I said, comic foil for Aaron and Dan at the time, and it was great. Do I watch Game Theory? Yes, I do. Matt is awesome at Game Theory. I think the stuff he does on there is really well thought out. Like he really gets in depth. I kind of fell out of it a little bit with the Five Nights at Freddy's. I get that was kind of an ongoing mystery, but after like 2 episodes, I had enough of that. But there is some cool stuff he does on there. Do I watch etiquette stuff? I do, actually. I wasn't super familiar with him before, and then I started watching him more, and he seems like a cool dude. He seems like a cool guy. I know I made that video a while ago about him with the Switch thing, but I think that was just taken the wrong way. He seems like a cool guy, and I don't know, he seems... He's very entertaining, I will say that. And you could definitely tell he likes video games, likes Nintendo stuff. Ninja Sex Party is, yeah, actually, they are very funny. Actually, some of their stuff is. Some of their songs I don't like as much, but there's a couple that are like classics. Hello Neighbor. I played that a little bit. There was a video I played and it was okay. I got kind of confused when the neighbor was bigger than the house, but oh yeah. But I think it's a good idea. It's also taken them a long time to develop it, like a long time. For what it is, I guess maybe the AI is a little more work. I don't even know if I'm ready for this gym yet. I feel like you guys said I should be able to beat him, but I have a level 3 and a level 3. Oh, man. Yeah, a Metroid game better be released. There should be one planned, like, now. Like, I want to see one at the presser, because that would be a big selling point for me. I would play Metroid a ton. Get Metroid on there, like a Metroid Prime. Give it online multiplayer, co-op, whatever. I will play it. I guess I should train some of these people. That'll be fun. You guys can all watch me train Pokemon. Pokemon. I'm gonna try a quick crappy mock-up of the toaster. I believe you. I don't know. How often will I do streams? That's a good question. When I have time, I will do streams. Like I said, if this was like my full-time thing, you guys would probably see me a lot. Like every other night, I'd probably stream just because it's fun. I actually can have a chance to interact with you guys, and I can have a chance to actually play a game, which is good. I don't get to do that as much. I'd like to set up a better setup here too. This is literally like where I record, right here, you know, like this. I turned like 90 degrees right, and now I'm streaming. It's like, I'd rather set up get a better setup. Toaster shirt. See, it had to be a really good shirt, obviously, because of the toaster idea. I see that I keep seeing that Retro Studios is working on something. They keep talking about it. I don't know if it's going to be like. It's hard to say because I know a lot of people were saying it's going to be like a new IP, but they are very talented. They're a very talented studio. I am the Rocky of up-and-comers. That's some high praise right there, Blood Eagle. That's some high praise. I'm not far from the Rocky steps. I'm like an hour. If I get to if I ever get to 100,000 subs, people always do like their 100,000 sub thing. I will go to the Rocky steps and I will run up them and look like a fool in front of probably be 30 or 40 people that are out there. I don't know what Arlo is, but tell you what, just because you guys are asking me to, I will check it out eventually. I will. Just because you guys are asking me. I don't know how strong the gym leaders Pokemon are. I feel like they'll just wreck me if I try. That's nice. At least the Pokemon Center's like right next to it. New Dr. Mario 64 remake. That's the problem they run into with games like Tetris now. There's just not a lot of content for these games, and of course developers want $60 for most games they make. Go to the gym now? Okay. I'm going to go to the gym. I trust you guys. You didn't leave me wrong with Mega Man X. I fell right down that hole. Yeah, if I ever got the 1 million subs, I have no idea what I would do. It's very... I don't want to say unlikely, but it would be a struggle. Now, there are YouTubers that get to, like okay, so... When did Rice Gum started last year? Beginning of last year? And he got to 5 million subs in a year, which is insane. I have no idea how he did that. But thanks for your existence. You should probably thank my mom for that. Oh, Jim, come on. Wally. Is Wally like the clumsy assistant that never gets anything right? Is that the idea here? Oh, I got a donation. Ooh, I need to pull that up so I don't miss it. I'm sorry. Big Picket got a Jungle Green N64. Very nice. I actually had one for a while, and it got lost in a move, and it made me sad every single day of my life because I still have not found one. I will though. If I actively look for one, I would probably find one. What games would I recommend? Okay, what games? We need to come up with some 64 games here. I'm going to tell you right now. You need to play Banjo-Kazooie if you have not. That was an awesome game. It's very similar, of course, to like that Mario 64 style where you collect different things like puzzle pieces in that case, or in Mario 64's case, stars. I liked Kazooie a lot. And if you like that, there is, of course, a sequel, Tooie. Ocarina of Time, of course, that's a given. Conquer is good if you want. See, Conquer's like $80 though, but Conquer is a good one if you kind of like that off-the-wall, very vile humor, which most people do. It's pretty funny. See, okay, a lot of people always say get 007. I say get Perfect Dark, because Perfect Dark still has the 007 levels in multiplayer, and then I think there's just more to the single player. What am I going to focus on after the Switch released and rumors stop? I like news stuff, of course. I'll do any gaming news. I'll do stuff with the Switch, because I'll have the Switch then. Like, I'll physically own the Switch. We can do Switch stuff. And like I said, rumors are never going to stop. When E3 comes around, that's when all the rumors are there. A lot of rumors when E3 comes around. Donkey Kong 64. You have to also make sure that Jungle Green system has that expansion pack with it. You have to make sure. Most of them, usually you find it in there, but there are times where you don't. Yeah, I don't mind doing gameplay and stuff with the Switch, with the commentary. I don't mind any of that, but I just want to make sure there are videos that you guys actually, like, want to watch. I don't want them to be, like, boring. I want the information to be interesting. I want the gameplay to be fun. Or I want it to be funny and, fun to watch there. I will stream probably till about midnight, so I got another half hour in me. Because I still need to edit Newswave. Oh, I got done filming it and I still need to edit it. I just jumped on here. What are my fears and possible cons about the Switch? Okay, so cons about the Switch are pretty, they're pretty universal. Most people are very worried that it will not be interesting to third parties, whereas I think this is the most interesting system that Nintendo has right now to third parties, because the 3DS was interesting to third parties. And I do think that battery life is going to be very interesting, because if you're going to market as a handheld as well, you need to have you need to have the ability to make it a handheld for a decent amount of time. So my biggest con would be that is if you do not have a handheld that has good battery life, it's not going to be fun. Gym. Okay, I need to go to another gym. Okay. Joy-Cons. Well, here's the thing, though. The Pro Controller, you might not have to use the Joy-Cons. And honestly, when the Joy-Cons are, like, next to the tablet itself, and you have the full screen, it's actually not a bad control system. So I'm fine with the Joy-Cons in that configuration. Will I sign an agreement with Nintendo? I don't know. See, I don't mind doing it, but there's a couple things I don't like about the whole thing. One, they're the only ones that do it. Two, they provide you with no help anyway with your. It's not like they're going to go out and market your videos for you. Whereas, oh, what's this? Whereas, somebody like, for example, with Watch Dogs 2, they take Watch Dogs 2 and they actually published these videos in their trailers and said, go check out YouTubers. Ubisoft did. Go check out YouTubers who are playing this game, whereas Nintendo just doesn't want you doing it. It's weird. I just subscribed. Thank you, Daniel, for subscribing. I appreciate it. I am on the road to being recognized by companies at CES. They said I only need 1 million subscribers, so I'm close. What a weird number. What an arbitrary number to put on something to invite somebody to CES. Now, I'm not saying I should have gone. I knew I wasn't going, but let's say you're a channel that has a decent following of 600,000 subscribers. I feel like you probably have enough following to warrant them giving you a stupid $30 ticket. Oh. If you're living in West Philly, you live about 40 minutes away from me. I live in the very, very northeastern part of Maryland. I am like 2 minutes from Delaware on that side, and I'm like 10 minutes from PA. So I'm a Phillies fan, I'm a Flyers fan for those, but then as Sixers fan. So out of 3 sports, I'm a Philly fan, but football, I'm a 49ers fan. That's just because my uncle and their family were 49ers fan, and they're the only ones into sports in my family other than me. My wife is an Eagles fan, and all Phillies on her side. You know, that is actually my dream, which is kind of a dumb dream to have, to be honest. Now that I think about it and I say it out loud, my dream was to go to E3. Even as like a younger kid, I would always be like, man, that'd be so great to go to E3 and check out all the games and everything. And I still want to go to E3 and do all of that, take a camera, film all that stuff. I would love to do that. But I would need to be recognized in a way that they would assume my audience would be large enough for them to give up a press pass to go. So, yes. I might be in the same neighborhood as your cousin. Do they live in Elkton? Yeah, I'm still using my awesome controller, man. It's less annoying with this game because it's an RPG. Why are Americans so into football? That's a good question. I wish I could answer it. I think a lot of it comes from just tradition. I think a lot of us just like to watch people hit each other in that sense. And then of course it's so glamorized in the United States. It really is. Like if you're a football player, you're like worshipped walking down the street. I did clean it some, yes. It helped a little bit. Man. I'm just leveling up my one guy. I tried to make a game, actually a couple times. There were a couple games I wanted to try to make, and then I realized how time-consuming making a game is, and it's like I am honestly shocked that one person essentially made Stardew Valley, because that is ridiculous. Now, a lot of people will make these games on. I'll probably level up Wurmple. We'll make a lot of their games on like those RPG makers, and it's faster, but it's still, man, it's still so much work. So much work. Buffalo Wild Wings advertises they show esports to restaurants. I have not been to Buffalo Wild Wings in a while. I actually have like 3 gift cards upstairs that I still have yet to use, but I believe it. Maybe I'll go check out there's actually a Buffalo Wild Wings near one of the places I work. Maybe I'll go check it out one time on like lunch or afterwards or something. Maybe I'll try it just to see if they actually do esports there. Yeah, if I got the E3, man, they would hate me there because if they show off a system... Okay, so do any of you guys watch... yeah, any of you guys watch Linus Tech Tips at all? So I would be like Linus. I'd be like up in their face about their system. I'd be trying to pick the system up and try to flip it over and look for screw holes and stuff. So they would hate me there, but I'd probably get some cool information. Man. Yeah, so I've watched Linus Tech Tips for a long time, actually. So, I watched it. Okay, so I would watch it back when he was at NCIX, and he would do, like, the weirdest videos out. He must have gone out in a parking lot with a person and a camera, because that's how bad they looked back then. But now he's, like, rolling with, like, 4K videos. He has a full staff. Man, he's got it going on. I gotta give him that. I am more on my PC at this point. But I could see if the Switch came out, I'd be more on my Switch, only because I would play it while videos render, and videos take anywhere from half hour to an hour to render, so I'd be all over that. I live in Maryland. Am I a fan of The Walking Dead? Yes, I am, actually. I was watching it every Sunday night, and of course now we're in that weird intermission phase where we gotta wait till February for it to come back. When did I first hear of YouTube? Oh, man. Okay. So, I first heard of YouTube when it came out. Yes, yes, I heard of YouTube when it came out. And I used to do... So, back in high school, when we first got broadband internet... People are saying that, man. We were on dial-up internet forever. Got broadband internet. Heard of Newgrounds. Did all the Newgrounds stuff. Watched that. Tempted to make... Okay, so the biggest thing back then was, like, the Flash things where you had, stick figures that would fight each other. That was, like, the big popular thing back then. That was it. And, eventually YouTube came around. This is back in 2005, 2006, I think. And, ever since then, that was it. YouTube. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I used to have, 28 kilobyte internet. That was back... Old school modem days, man. I'm actually... You say I'm old. I'm actually 29, so... I had my first computer when I was 5. I was 5 when I had my first computer. It was a Pentium 1. 90 megahertz. And I actually had that thing for about 2-3 years, actually. Until I upgraded to 133 megahertz. Yeah, right? You forgot about the stick figure games, huh? Huh? Yeah, that was the thing. It was like 10 minutes just to open like a picture of anything. Took forever. Need to bling up my background. I could probably do something back there. People have told me to just get like a green screen, but I don't know. I don't know if I want a green screen. My shirt's green. It won't work out. I'd be like a floating head right now. Yeah, Newgrounds was those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. I don't take a lot of pictures, so I don't know why I'd make an Instagram, but I'll consider it. I'll think about it. Okay, so the problem with PCs in general, as much as I like gaming on the PC, for every one person like me who plays their games on the PC, who builds their PCs, there's 10,000 people who don't want to do any of that. They just want to buy a console and be done with it, and that's the big problem. I need game posters. Maybe. See, I wouldn't mind getting game coasters, but I don't want to be exactly like the other YouTube channels. That's the thing. I understand a lot of them do that. They have game posters everywhere, and they got stuff everywhere, and that's cool. But I want to try to be different from a lot of the channels if I can. But I was looking to get some other stuff for the background. Like I said, I got these signs. And these are actually original. These are actually original signs back here from back in like Funko Land and stuff. Bugcatcher JLF, thank you for donating. Appreciate it. See you later, Tony. Have a good night tonight. Did you have any background in video game journalism? Actually, I tried my hardest to make a... I think I talked about this the other day. I tried my hardest. I might have just missed something. I'm sorry. Hold on. Make sure I got that right. No, we're good. Okay, good. I think we're good. So journalism, I tried to make so many not channels, but tried to make a bunch of like different websites for journalism, and it never worked out because it was so much work. Anyone who runs a gaming site, it's impossible to do on your own. It's so hard. You don't remember Funkoland? Okay. Oh, man. Jeez. Yeah. Okay, so Funkoland was an old store similar to like what GameStop is now, but I liked it a lot more because they actually let you play games. And I think it's something I remember fondly because it was back in the Super Nintendo days and Genesis days. And I distinctly remember playing Lion King, and I remember playing Goof Troop there. I don't know why Goof Troop, but I distinctly remember that. Yes, I have a Wii U. I have every system. I've said that a couple times. I have every single system currently. I don't have, like, I don't know, the Odyssey or what's another really obscure... I don't have any of the obscure ones. I just have the basics, I guess. The basic ones. Yeah, Funkoland. That's what it was actually called, man. Look up Funkoland on YouTube. I bet you there's some videos of it somewhere. There has to be. Has to be. But no, my PS4 is still alive. That was camera magic. That was a shell that I taped together. Game Crazy. Actually, Game Crazy. I don't... See, Funkoland is, I think, older than Game Crazy. Funkoland was, like, old. Funkoland was a while ago. I don't have an Ouya. I had somebody, one of my old coworkers, told me up and down to get an Ouya because it's going to be the next big thing. I never did. It didn't work out, I guess. Funkoland's... Thank you. I had a lot of fun making that IGN video. I did. I like to try to have fun on the weekends if I can. That's why I do Newswave during the week and then other stuff during the weekend. I like to have fun with other stuff. So... I got VR. I actually have not invested in VR yet, only because I'm still on a GTX 770. If I went to VR, I would get like a 980 Ti or a 1070, but I don't have the need for VR yet because I just don't see it being big enough yet. Eventually. But I would probably get, right now, an HTC Vive, probably. That'd probably be what I get. Okay, so, are there anything... Okay, there is an event in Washington, D.C., I think, and then there's an event in New York City. I sent Nintendo emails, I sent them something on Twitter, and in which case they probably looked at it and said, who's this? And that was it. So no, I'm not, unfortunately, going to any of them. There is the public event, but according to what a lot of people online are saying, I would have to stand in line from Friday probably or Saturday all the way through till Sunday, and it would take me forever, and then there's a chance that I wouldn't even get in then. So it would not be easy to do. What does my chat look like? That's good. If you go to New York, that's awesome. You need to take like take a camera with you. Seriously, like take like one of those handy cams or a GoPro or something, and just record it. I'm honestly really curious what it looks like, and I think there'll be videos up on YouTube because I'm sure other bigger YouTubers they're probably going. I can't obviously because they didn't send me any invite, but it's probably a good idea they didn't because, like I said, this would be coming with me, and then I mean like one of those really bad like distractions, like I don't know, like a ninja smoke bomb or something, and I'd like take it apart. Yeah. Man, how do I get my knowledge of hardware? I've actually worked with computers forever, like forever, and I decided to try to do college about it. See, it was tough because when you do college, you just sit around in a classroom learning stuff, but they never actually teach you stuff in the field for the most part. And I got all of my experience in the field, so I learned how to fix stuff because I had to learn how to fix stuff. And like I said, I've always worked on computers. My own computer was always a Frankenstein project from the time that I was 10 till even now. It's always parts put together, and it's always been a struggle to make it always work. And I think that helped a lot, actually, because now I can kind of take everything apart pretty much and mostly get it back together. Sometimes you have like 5 or 6 screws laying around, but for the most part, it always goes back together okay. Oh, that's cool if you're a 3D graphics major. That's pretty awesome. That seems pretty important, actually. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to all this game. I need to pay attention. How great would that have been if they actually thought that? What's my favorite Pokemon? I gotta stick with my guy Charizard here because that was the reason I always wanted red, because Charizard was on the front. I think Charizard is a lot of people's favorites unless you're, I don't want to say casual, but less knowledgeable about the, like my wife loves Pikachu because that's all she knows, obviously at that point. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw that I got, oh, where'd I put them? You guys saw that I got those 2 Charizards in that pack. I've never had it as a kid, and then I get 2 of them in a pack. Where did I put them? I have them somewhere. I can't remember where I put them. Yes, I do need to go to a Pokemon Center, but this guy's about to just keep whooping up on me. What RPGs would I like to come to the Switch? If they could make it technically possible, I would like for Final Fantasy 15 to come over, obviously. I don't know if that's, I don't know what, because that thing barely runs on the Xbox One as it is, so it's going to be up to them optimizing it and making it work. But it's going to be up to them. But I would like to see Final Fantasy 15. I would like to see, of course, Kingdom Hearts. I've made that apparent a lot. How many third-party games will be launched? Okay. Probably, I'm going to say... I would say at least half have to be third-party games. That's my assumption. If it's not, then... I mean, they'll still be okay probably, but I think they need to really dispel these rumors that they don't get any third-party support and really just come out swinging with third-party support. Chrono Trigger would be cool. They would have to really... That'd be tough because the team that they used for Chrono Trigger is not an easy team to get back together, from what I remember. I mean, that was like the dream team is what they called it. Yeah, actually, I think that'd be really cool if they took some of their like older Super Nintendo and Nintendo games and did like compilation cartridges for the Switch. I think that'd be great. Oh, look how close that was. That's fun. At least I'll be teleported to a Pokemon Center now. They whited out. I never understood why they did that. Why it says whited out. It's like I said, it's gonna. The 3DS got great third-party support though, and it's odd that they would. I mean, I explained it. If they ignore that, it happens. I don't know what happened in that podcast. Like I said, I know some of those guys, and that's what really confused me. I guess I should buy potions. That's what really confused me. Maybe it just wasn't their day. I don't know, but. Said you never let your Pokemon die when you had Ruby. Well, this is war. We're making these Pokemon fight like our war for us here. So, if they gotta go, they gotta go. Oh, man. I should probably get, potions. That's what I messed up on. Should have potions. This is Pokemon Emerald. But only the Fate. Oh, okay, interesting. Do they have like a? They have like a mechanic in this one. I remember someone told me a while ago that they added like a mechanic where, depending on how they like you, it'll change different things in the game or different things about the Pokemon. I don't know if it was Emerald that they added that to, or if it was like, Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I really do think that Breath of the Wild is showing up at launch. It looks so I don't want to say complete because there's so much of the world to show, but it runs so well on the Switch, and they've showed us. They dedicated an entire week of E3 to this game for Nintendo, so I just don't see how it's not done now. And I think we'll see Zelda. I could see a Mario launching alongside it, as crazy as that sounds. Yeah, I do plan on opening more consoles. I need to do that. I've been doing so much stuff. So much stuff. So much stuff's been happening on here. So, it's interesting. But I would like to use P1. I think everything in the world points at it using P1, except for Nintendo and Nvidia themselves. I will tell you, I don't think we will know. Even at the event, they won't tell us probably at all. That's just not what they do. So we probably won't know until, like I said, launch day. Or that's the thing though. Maybe an embargo gets lifted and all of a sudden people can talk about it. That's what I hope. I hope it gets lifted. You're wait for Ben Heck. Dude, I'm taking that thing apart like an hour after the thing's out. It's going to be apart on my table here. And we'll look at everything. We'll get die shots. We'll get everything. Take a look at it. But yes, Ben Heck will be cool when he takes it apart. Hopefully he tries to make a laptop out of the Switch. I don't know. That'd be really. I really hope that we get to see our full running Skyrim at good frame rate. That'll be really cool. I know Walmart's only going to sell me one of those Nintendo Switches. I got a toaster head of the Switch. Yeah, like you're saying, it is to have a launch lineup that's super concentrated can be kind of I guess it's you don't want to force everything out at once and then have a very very slow period, but keep in mind March, April, May, those are usually times when games come out, and then it's a very lull period for everyone throughout the summer, and then it picks back up in August. So it wouldn't be uncommon if they did that because everyone around them will follow suit. Skyrim doesn't even run well on PS4 and Xbox. Yeah, that's... See, that wouldn't that be hilarious? Okay, so I don't care because it plays on my PC fine, but wouldn't it be hilarious if the Skyrim Special Edition came out and it ran better on the Switch than it does on the PS4 and the Xbox One? That would be an interesting conversation to see Eurogamer have with, I guess, their people. Yeah, probably. It's just the thing about Nintendo's products for a lot of people is that they see them still as like kids' toys, and that's just because that's like how it's been for a lot of people when they only know Nintendo as being toys. Like you see the Wii, a lot of people took that as being a gimmicky thing that your grandparents play, but Nintendo has not been able to shake that even a little bit. Yeah, I just think it'd be really funny. We'll see. I mean, it also depends on... Because keep in mind, when that system comes out and there's games to compare, every game's going to be compared. Resolution will be compared. Frame rate will be repaired. Effects will be compared. Everything. It's 3 p.m. in Brazil? Oh, that's cool. Is that... I guess it's day after. That's cool. It's always interesting to see these chats when everybody is, It's always interesting to see these chats and everybody is, like, in different time zones. They're all saying, like, what time it is. It's kind of cool. Actually, that's the one cool thing about the Switch is it's easy to take around and actually have local multiplayer. That's the one thing I will always give Nintendo credit for, is that they will stick to their guns when it comes to couch co-op for the most part. Whereas Microsoft, Sony, the PC obviously for a while, have made you buy multiple systems, multiple games, and just play online without people around you. And it's been always weird about that. Yeah, it's midnight here too. Is split screen dying? Probably. It's a shame. That's the thing. I think Nintendo is doing their best to keep it alive, but I think it is dying. Summer in New Zealand, it's snowing here. Well, it was snowing yesterday, day before, maybe yesterday. So yeah, it's like 20 degrees and snow outside here right now in Maryland. What GameCube games do I want to see on Switch? I want to see. I'd really like to see the Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, because that was actually one of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games to play, and that's been the only place to play it is on the GameCube. And I guess I'd want to see Sunshine, of course, obviously. Negative 8 degrees, jeez. That's really cold. Complain when it's like 20 here. No, I'm from Maryland. There are people talking in the chat for New Zealand. I'm from Maryland, in the United States, in Maryland, East Coast. I've thought about that too. About Mass Effect Andromeda. It's very possible, I've thought about this, it's very possible that they are throwing us off about Andromeda. Now, I don't know. I feel like they just wouldn't say anything rather than say, you know, no, it's not coming, but it's possible. Game Boy Color Metal Gear. Man, a lot of people don't remember that game. I remember that. I think I borrowed that from a friend one time and only had it for like 3 hours because their mom got mad that I borrowed it. But I do remember Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy. Is Maxwell capable of playing games from the current generation? I think it is if they heavily customize it and develop that low-level API. I think it's possible, yes. I've talked about the history a bit. There's not a lot to it, to be honest. It's not like that was like my call sign or anything in a game or any real historical value to it. It was just something a friend of mine came up with and talked to me about how I've tried doing this kind of thing so much off camera, and now that I'm on camera, it's like you're respawning, so it's like spawn wave. And I kind of just took it and went with it. I could play the Prism ROM hack if you guys want. I have no problem doing that. Yeah, respawning into the wave. Oh, man. Did I play Mario Run? No, I don't, because I don't have it. It's not on Android. Like, I played on Android, but it's not on Android. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, good. If it was on Android, I would play it, but it's not on Android. Oh boy, Wurmple is evolving. Yeah, well, oh, evolves into like the evolves into like the Metapod version of that Pokemon. So I think Vulcan API will improve performance on the Switch. I think it'll make it easier for developers to bring certain games over. Like if Doom came over, I think it'd be easier for id Software to do that. Now the people over at id are extremely talented, so I think they could actually bring Doom over just because they're very talented people. Like, if you ever want to look at some of the craziest tweets you'll ever see, go look at John Carmack's tweets. He's over at Oculus now, but it's insane, some of the stuff he talks about. Oh, no. What do you think my strengths and... Okay, what do I think the strengths for the Switch will be? I think the fact that it is the only strong handheld unit on the marketplace, because Sony is obviously folding with theirs, will be big. I think it could be a good home console if games like Pokemon make their way over, and then obviously pull people in. If enough people buy the system, it's going to get third-party games if enough people buy it. The Wii, significantly more underpowered than obviously the 360 and the PS3, but it got so many third-party games because everybody wanted to try to get a piece of that 50 million install base at the time. Now obviously over 100 million. So yes, if people are buying, it will work. And I can tell you now, the Switch in 2 days will not be in stores. They will, because I was there for the Wii. I worked at a store that sold them. I couldn't get it from the store I even was selling them from. I had to go to Walmart to get it, and I waited in line forever. So I can tell you now. Yeah, I do think Pokemon is coming to the Switch. It makes sense. It's another handheld from Nintendo. They always talk about keeping it exclusive on handhelds, but now it's a handheld that can then also go to the TV. So yes, Pokemon will probably come to the Switch. It makes 100% sense. It makes every bit of sense in the world from a financial standpoint for them, because it will help push the Switch. I do think that's happening. Ooh, it is late. Okay. Guys, I have to wrap up the feed here for tonight. Thank you for stopping in and watching me try to make sense of this Pokemon Emerald game. I appreciate it. We'll pick back up. I'll look at some other games to play too, guys, and I'll keep the save file so that if we do go back to this, I can keep playing back through this more. So yeah, if you guys want to send me shirt designs or fan art, send it to me on Twitter. I'll put them in videos. I'll do like a fan art of the week or something like that. Or if you send me enough, fan art of the day. So I'll see you guys this stream. If you didn't see all of the stream, I'm just going to archive it on YouTube. So if you want to get some time and go back through it or watch it, you can. It'll be up on YouTube probably an hour from now after it processes. But till then, guys, I will see you tomorrow.